What's up? What's up? It's Dive. I'm here with my dog Jonah, and it's the Push and Way Show.
And of course, the courage in these veins. People passing the limits. A bunch of beasts broke off the chain. From the folks, see them growing and reaching up to pass out peak, though. Welcome to the Push and Way Show.
We getting better, show by show. You know what I'm saying? We stepping everything up,
Yep.
show by show. Here before long, we're gonna have this Spotify. You feel me? Contract.
Yeah.
20 M's.
Hitting that Joe Rogan numbers.
You know what I'm saying?
Joe Rogan numbers. Yeah, man.
But yeah, I think today we was gonna talk a lot about. We had a lot of things to talk about today, man. Even though we just dropped an episode, man, got so much stuff going on. Like we were just talking about like form.
Yeah.
Just form and just how to really get your numbers up.
Yeah. So it's one of the things, like, I know when you would first come in, it was one of the things I hound on people when they come in is I am a form and technique.
Yeah.
Like that's the main thing.
Yeah. He don't let you just come in here lifting all sloppy and
Yeah, because that's how you get hurt.
Yeah.
You know. So that's one of the main things. We had a new guy start and actually a new girl start last night. We had a new girl start last night.
Okay.
And we had a new guy start last Friday.
Okay.
And it's one of those learning things of, you know, he had already had some powerlifting background.
Yeah.
So he knew a little bit of the basics, but it's really the small tweaks that we make to people to get their form spot on.
And that was one thing that like stuck to me when I got here was that's the one thing about going to like the Planet Fitness. Like you don't try to lift too heavy in there because you don't want to look crazy just because you can't get that off your chest.
Don't get that lunk alarm. I
You know
can't get it
what I'm
off the chest.
Oh, shit. I can't get it off.
Spot.
You know what I'm saying?
Spot.
You know what I'm saying? But there's one thing in here is Jonah preaches. Form is everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I love it here is because once you can get the form, your weights, your numbers are going to go up. You know what I'm saying? You're going to start getting them cuts where you want them at. You know what I'm saying? So that's why that's why my hoodie look like this.
Hoodie's still tight.
Hoodie tight as hell. This is 2X. You feel me?
Yeah, man. It's like I said, it's those little tweaks. And that's another thing on why we train the way we train when it comes to the board work that we do, you know, hitting certain parts of the lift to create the one main lift. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's definitely one thing we're going to touch on today. Might even show a little bit of clips of exactly how we're going to do it.
I also want to touch on another subject, right?
What?
Now, sponsors. We're looking for sponsors. You feel me?
Yeah.
But I didn't realize how commercialized the supplements are.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, I got some BCAs that's made by Country Time Lemonade. I swear on everything. And it's fire. It tastes just like Country Time Lemonade. Bro, they got the Fruity Pebbles, whey powder, the Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I didn't know they had all that.
Bro, I'm looking for some tough looking, you feel me? I'm like, damn, they got sparkles on it, shiny ass package.
Country Time Lemonade.
Hey, but we rocking with y'all because I like it. It's delicious. I drank like 4 of them in 2 days. Like, I'm drinking it like lemonade, man. It's good as hell.
Hey, man, that's half the battle. If your supplements don't taste good, you won't drink them.
Yeah.
So Country Time, doing your thing.
You're doing your thing, baby. You're doing your thing.
Listen, I'm gonna buy some for the gym too. It's gonna throw people off.
Bro,
that's hilarious.
I'm telling you, bro, it's delicious. It's just like lemonade. But yeah, I didn't realize how commercialized it was, and I went there with my girl, and I know it's too commercialized when she is looking at stuff like she wants to grab it. Like this doesn't look bad. Get this. I'm like, man. You see how I look like? I can't be taking no sparkly unicorn whey powder.
But you bought it.
I ain't buying it, man. I thought about it. It looked tasty.
Man, that's how they get you. That's how they get you. Now, that's what I was talking about a couple episodes ago, was about how that's how they get you. Yeah. That's how they grab you. That, you know, I always feel like, again, it's a personal thing, but I always feel like they tossing all that extra sparkle on there to get you to buy it, and they throwing their money into the advertising instead of into the actual product. But Country Time, I'm gonna look that up.
It's a hitter. I forget who makes it, man. I just drank. I just drank something before I got here. But yeah, I forget who I'm drinking like crazy. I forget who made it. I'm gonna have to look it
Started
up.
drinking. You got your arcade hat on, don't you?
Yeah, man. RK. I gotta use it today. I
Got
mean
that.
tomorrow. Got a
Oh
couple
yeah.
loads I gotta pick up. You feel me?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You was laying out that mulch out there drinking your country time
Yeah, I'm
PCAs.
laying out the mulch. Man, for real, I got that for a deal, man. It's like $45 a yard because it's the end of the season now. So
Mm-hmm.
they're giving me for $20 a yard. So
Oh, you can't beat that.
can't beat that. I gotta go
Yeah.
get another one though. I miscalculated. Well, actually, I ain't miscalculated. We spreaded it on kind of thick.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it'll be good for next year then.
yeah,
It'll be good for next year. But nah, man, yeah, it's definitely commercialized. It's a lot of, and it's crazy. Like we was naming some products uh, that ain't even around anymore, and it's literally just like a perpetual, like
yeah.
just a new one comes in, and it's a fad. Then it's out. Then a
Yeah.
new one comes in, and then I remember. Did you ever drink them bangs? I mean, they're still around, but they was
I remember when it was big.
when they first come out.
I'm not big on energy drinks.
No.
At all. Like I could drink a Red Bull if I'm getting pilt. You feel me? with some liqueur.
Liqueur.
You feel me? We drinking on some cognac.
Yeah,
You feel me?
yeah.
I might be able to drink some Red Bull, but I don't drink too
No.
many energy drinks.
Man, I drink Rain, I drink Bang, I drink Celsius, I drink Prime. What other ones? A Monster. Whoever want to send some free stuff over, some Red Bull,
I
it
drink
is.
it. Send us some hoodies, some hats, some shirts. You feel me? I drink it.
Yeah, I drink it all, man. I drink it all.
I'll piss green if I got to.
But no, man, I really stick to Rain because those Bangs, man. So funny story about when them Bangs first come out. They're 300 milligrams of caffeine.
Damn.
And you don't really realize that unless you read it,
Yeah.
So my dad, he's like 62, I want to say now, 60s. He's in his 60s. I don't,
Big we ain't gonna throw your age out there.
Big yeah. And he called me up a couple years ago when it was big, man. And it was the middle of summer. He's in lawn care. He calls me up and he's like, "Hey," I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" It's like, "Yeah, hey, I was out on the yards, and started getting a little thirsty, and I'm getting a little worn out,
amped up off that bang."
Man, he's like, I grab one of those bangs, and they'll zip you right up.
Yeah, hey,
I'm like,
that bang is like Christian cocaine.
I'm like, "Dad, you too old to be drinking that." And he's like, "Yep, I chugged it. I didn't think about it. That won't happen again." I'm like, yeah. Don't drink those things, man.
Yeah.
Don't get you going.
Yeah.
Christian cocaine.
Yeah, that Christian cocaine.
Man.
But yeah, see, I've never really been a guy that needs like amped up too much.
Yeah.
Like I'm naturally got some go in me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So anything else just gets me like too amped.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like I self-diagnose. So if anything like makes me feel any kind of way. I'm like in touch with my body.
Yeah.
So if some gotta chill out, man, you ain't gotta pause for that. No, but I'm talking about if my heart rate jumps up one,
yeah,
like I get me acting weird, and you know what I'm saying. I get anxiety, and so I try to just
think too much into it.
Yeah, think too much into it.
So you don't really take no like pre-workouts, like when Richard brought in that
Griselda.
There's Griselda over there, and then there's the El Chapo.
Yeah.
And that had people itching in here, man.
I think I took that El Chapo like the first day he brought it, and then old girl, she had brought something when she had first came. I took
like
some of that.
The NO stuff,
That might have been what it was.
White bottle.
Yeah. And that had me in here itching. And over there at the club, they got these little bottles of I don't know what they're called, man. They're like this big. And man, me and Chris had bought. He drinks them. He can drink them all the time. I went in there. I drank one day. But I'm in there like I'm itching like a mug. I'm zooming.
Tyrone Biggins.
I'm zooming back and forth. I'm like, yeah, bro. I can't drink no pre-workouts. Yeah. Like unless I know I got to do something crazy.
Yeah, I know. I was again high school, man. I was big on the pre-workouts. It was like Super Pump 250, and then Super Pump Max was the two that I was doing. And loved it. And then there was this stuff called Bull Knocks,
Okay.
and that was my favorite one.
Yeah.
And then after high school, man, I didn't like. I don't know what it was. The whole dry scooping thing became a big fad,
Yeah, I remember that.
and I honestly I just quit taking pre-workout.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've taken a legit pre-workout. I'll drink like a Celsius, or I'll drink a Rain, or a Bang, or you
Yeah.
know. But I'll drink
Whatever y'all want to send us, we drink
yeah,
it.
yeah, we're drinking it. I'll drink one of those if I feel like I need a little up, or I'll hit that wanna bump, the wanna bump stuff.
That
But
wanna
that's a
bump.
different conversation.
Different conversation for a different time,
Man,
a different episode.
yeah, I need that product to be a little bit more widely known. But yeah, that whole itchy thing, I can't. It drives me nuts.
Yeah.
It takes away from my workout.
So what it is? That's the niacin, right? In it?
Yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah.
opens up the pores.
Yep, and it's got you itching, and yeah, no, I'm cool on that.
And the only reason I know about that, it was once upon a time I needed to pass a drug test. And somebody told me to take some niacin pills. Hey, I was itchy for about a whole hour and a half.
Had you sweating all that stuff out?
Itchy, all that. I'm
really?
like,
I never heard of that.
Yeah.
Dang, okay.
Take the niacin pills.
Yeah, I bet you was itching bad.
Yeah, itching. Pure,
Yeah.
pure niacin too.
Dang.
I mean, I don't know if it was pure, but it was just a pill.
The dude told me it was pure.
It was a
Boy,
pill.
stepped on. Nah, man, I try to stick to just a couple energy drinks. Like I said, that's it. I've really been trying to get off of them. There for a minute, I was like every morning.
Yeah.
Every morning grabbing one, and thankfully I've gotten away from doing that for the most part.
Yeah.
Now it's a Black and Mild in the morning. I don't know which is worse.
Man, yeah, I don't know how you smoke it. Now, I ain't saying nothing about Black and Miles. I'll take a box of wood tech from Middleton. You feel me? You want to send some wood tech too?
They're a good pre-workout too.
Yeah. Nah, I wasn't, bro. You would 1,000, bro. I have been smoking Black and Miles. I was like 14, maybe 13.
You hearing this, Mom?
Yeah, we was getting in on Black and Miles early.
That's why my mom hollered at you when you was living over by.
Hey, probably. Yeah, we was over there getting it in on the Black and Miles back in the day. Hey, good. Hey, freak that baby. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I ain't got the patience for all that.
Yeah. Once I got older, I remember Mike had told me when we was like, we might have been like seniors. He's like, nah, you don't freak it no more. You just take the tip off. You know what I'm saying? Empty out the little piece on the tip, then put it back on there, and then it just hit harder.
Oh, okay.
But you smoke filter tips, don't you?
I smoke the FTs now.
Yeah.
I was on the plastic tips and the wood tips.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't get I couldn't inhale it all the way because it's rough. And then freaking Petey was like, why don't you just get an FT?
Yeah.
I grabbed one of them FTs, man, and
Yeah,
it was over with.
I was on them FTs for a minute. You
yeah,
gotta
over with.
It's funny because you find ways to make it even worse than it should be. So I remember I used to take the FTs.
Take the filter off.
Yeah, take half of the filter out of that baby. On them FTs.
Anything was trying to help you.
Yeah.
Cut it out.
Yeah, cut it on out of there, man. You make it, let me do this fast, y'all. Y'all making it slow. Let me do this fast.
Oh man. Now my brother getting on me because cancer kind of runs pretty heavy on my dad's side of the family.
I remember you saying that.
So I've been slowing down. I've been slowing down, Mom. I've been slowing down.
Big uncle on his tail, you feel me?
Yeah.
On his ass like back pockets.
I did. I did like one couple. I think it was last week, and you were like, "I don't know how you doing that, bro. I don't know."
Yeah, and because I was for real, like I said, pack of Black and Miles, maybe a day.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Yeah. Something just happened to where I think I like just clicked in me. I just couldn't smoke them no more.
That's how I was with dip.
Yeah.
I dipped for a couple years, and then this one morning I popped my can, and I was doing a Levi Garrett.
Yeah.
I popped that can or that bag, and I was just like, I don't think I want to do this anymore, and I ain't touched it since. I had a craving for it once. Went and spent the $7 on a pouch of Levi Garrett.
Yeah.
And then cracked that bag open, and I was like, nope, that's all I needed. I just needed to smell it. That was it. I'm good.
And I ain't gonna lie, the other day when I was talking crazy to you about the Black and Miles, I was like, damn, I'm about to give me a Black and Miles. I mean, like you said, just that smell, that taste.
Yeah.
Like, damn, I need me a Black. I ain't gonna do it though. I wanted to.
Have you seen they make pre-workouts in dip pouches now?
Dang,
Yeah. So I know there's caffeine.
They gotta be super
pouches.
concentrated.
Man, I'm telling y'all, man, because especially with like the white nicotine powder that they got, with, like the Zens and all that. I'm telling you, give it like 5 years, and they're gonna come out and be like, "Do you or somebody you know used to?" It's gonna, excuse me, there's gonna be something bad with them. I already know, but yeah, they got that caffeine.
I mean, if you really think about it, it wouldn't be hard to make because you're basically just literally taking the powder, putting it in a pouch.
Yep.
You just rebranding it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Which is actually smart. That's what we need to. When our supplement line dropping 24, we're gonna have the pouches for y'all.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah,
we're gonna have the pouches. We're gonna have the patches that you just put on your skin. We're gonna have the headbands. It's gonna be soaked.
The nicotine pouches.
Yeah.
It's like a caffeine pouch.
Hey, the headband soaked in the. Put this baby on.
Get in your eyes, man. Really get you going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been wanting to try those, but I tried one of the Zens, and it took me back to dipping.
Yeah.
So like, I couldn't do it. I put it in there. It lasted like maybe 5 minutes. I was like, it tastes too much like dip. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So I want to spend the money on the caffeine ones, but I don't want to waste it. I'm sure
yeah, they do have the
here.
caffeine ones sitting there on the counter.
Yep.
Yeah, I did see them.
Yep.
I think they moved them now. They moved some stuff around like a month ago.
They're by the honeys.
Chill out, man.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. No, but they down there, and I'm sure if I bring them in, they'll get used. Yeah, they'll get used. They'll get used for sure. But
yeah, what was we talking about? Oh yeah, form. We got off on supplements. But yeah, I feel like I said, like man, that's the one thing with Jonah. And if you're looking for a new gym in this area, that's the one thing about here is like he's gonna teach you the right way to do everything.
Yeah.
And that matters because now it's like you don't have that kind of and this coming from me, like somebody that's a novice in the field.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't been lifting 50 years, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so you're comfortable, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like I can go to any gym and lift, you know what I'm saying, and not feel like I don't know what I'm doing or I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? Because that's how I am, like not subconscious about it, but just, you know, you ain't in there trying to look crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's definitely one of the things that, like I said, I hound on. And especially if you're coming in here and you're staying in here, you're gonna keep getting that refresh every day. Like and that's the great thing that I love about everybody that's in here is like when one person is up for the main lift, we're all watching.
Yeah.
And I might be watching, you know, their feet. Mm-hmm. Somebody else might be seeing that their butt come off the bench.
Yeah.
Somebody else might see that their wrist is bent or they came back towards the shoulders, you know. Yeah. And everybody's gonna give you that, hey bro, I saw, you know, or hey, you know, I saw your feet you went up on your toes instead of down on your heels, or you know, all this. So it definitely takes time. Yeah. I mean, I was a bench specialist, if you will, before I started last year with actually doing squat and deadlift. Okay. So I really only been squatting and deadlifting for creeping up on a year. Okay. February will be like no, it is. It's been a year and some change actually, but yeah, man, it's one of those things. It's just the repetition, but it's the right repetition. And then I think like back to social media and having a lot of influence on people. Yeah. I just saw a dude, man, 20 years old with straps, raw, deadlifted 1014.
Damn.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people see these people and they're like, man, I want to get there. I want to get there. Yeah. And they allow form to go out the window at a certain point. So that's one thing that I don't allow happen. And the same thing, I was just talking to Rich the other day about like not only form, but correct programming when it comes to our dynamic effort, like our speed. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you was in here Sunday and we had a couple people where like they went up in weight on our speed, where their last set it wasn't sloppy, as fast. It wasn't as fast as the first. Yeah. And it needs to be the fastest one, you know. So there's a lot of things that goes into it, man. My biggest piece of advice is find the people that are going to teach you the right way, that have been doing it for a while, you know, that have been doing it, and are successful at it, and then don't veer from that technique. That's going to put you in harm's way. Obviously, make it to where you're good with it, your body's feeling right. You know, like I like my feet back, other people like their feet forward on a bench. Yeah. But find out what works for you, what's the safest.
Yeah, everybody has a system. Like you said, it's people in here that's feet all the way up on their toes and they pushing down. It's people like me. I can't I can't have my feet too far back. I got them old hips. You feel me? So if my feet too far back, my hips get my hips get the popping out of place. I gotta kind of, you feel me, find that sweet spot.
Hopping up looking for that country time.
Yeah, looking for that lemonade, that Texas tea. You feel me?
Yeah, but yeah, we're gonna go through a couple things here. Like I said, bench, squat, deadlift, and kind of go through the forms. These are the forms that I was taught from my mentors when I was down there, and it's the things that not only was I taught in real life, but also read about.
Yeah.
You know, why we're sitting back in a squat, and again, everything's different for everybody, but these are the core things that I feel and that I know and that I've seen work the best for world record holders.
Yeah.
So,
and that's the thing, like I live and die by what Jonah say. Like when I first came in here, I was a little bit weary. I'm like, bro, he just in here making shit up. Like he just making this stuff up. Like, and then he kept telling me for months. He was telling me, watch that West Side,
West Side versus the World, yeah.
West Side versus the World. And I'm like, and about 3 months, because I think I was like barely. I don't even think I hit 225 yet on the bench. You know what I'm saying? And then I had watched. I'm not saying watching the West Side versus the World maybe hit 225, but I'm just saying
it has some influence.
So his whole method, you know,
Yep.
Lou's whole method. I'm seeing you implement it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just thinking Jonah's making this stuff up in here. I'm like, bro, he's just making these exercises up.
Yeah.
Then when I see he's doing everything that they're doing at West Side, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, it's making sense. He isn't just making this up. This is actually a system.
Yeah.
Because like you said, like the conjugate.
Yep, conjugate
method, and then so you telling me, and I don't even know what that meant. So I'm just like, okay, so it didn't mean nothing to me. If you don't know what it means, then it doesn't mean
words.
Yeah, it's just words. So it's like, and then once I seen that, I'm like, okay, yeah, Jonah knows what he's talking. I mean, I guess he tempting the world in the 275 class. I guess he kind of know what he kind of know what he's talking about a little bit.
Yeah, he all right. Yeah, no, man, we're gonna get into it here, and hopefully, you know, if you guys got any questions, I'm super reachable. Yeah. I was reachable.
Yeah.
You
Comment, message, whatever platform we on.
Yeah, man, reach out to us. And like you said, if you're around the area, man, come on in. Always welcome. And
also, we're gonna have some merch giveaways.
Yeah.
So you want to do like the first? What you want to do like first 100 to comment? Like the 100th comment.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll send you a hoodie out. You feel me?
Yep.
What else we need to do?
Man, we can do a couple different things. You know, something like if you comment, like, and share or something like that, we'll pick you out, you know, on the pod or on the show.
We need to do like a once a week because we got a new merch line coming on 740barbell.com.
I'm excited for that.
We have we have like 40 or 50. There's like more than that.
We got like 42 products on there.
42 products. So hoodies, shirts,
tumblers,
hats, shorts,
socks,
jackets.
Yeah, we got a ton of stuff.
A lot of things for the ladies too. You feel me?
Yep. Yeah, I'm excited about that stuff, man. So definitely check us out. Check us out on there.
740barbell.com. It should be done. I think you said next week.
Bet. Because I've had a lot of people hit me up like, hey man, how much for them shorts? Hey man, how much for a shirt? Hey man, you know, gym bags, stuff like that.
Yeah, duffel bags, everything.
Yeah, beanies, all that stuff, man. So be on the lookout for that stuff.
Yeah, like I said, we're gonna be doing a giveaway thing once a week.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Once a week giveaway.
Absolutely. So let's get into this form demonstrations. All right, man. So first things first is it comes down to the setup when it comes to bench. So I'm gonna have Dov lay back. He's gonna have his head. There you go, right on the edge there, right before the edge of the bench. Okay. Now, like I said, everybody's different, right? So when it comes to his feet, I know you can't see his feet right now, but right now he's got his feet flat. Okay, it's right at the edge of the bench. Okay, me personally, I like to have my foot up and to where I'm actually kind of on the ball of my foot. Okay, and the main reason of that is because this is a compound lift, right? Meaning we're going to use our whole body here. Okay, so he's going to go ahead. He's going to get his hand placement. If you're competing, right, one of your fingers has to touch the power ring. Okay, so if you're in competition or if you're training for competition, you have to have one of your fingers touching the power ring. I always make sure that if you're a shirted lifter or a equipped lifter, right, a little wider is a little better, gives you a shorter bar path, okay? If you're more tricep strong, closer in, so maybe your middle finger or your ring finger or your pinky even, okay? That's where you're gonna be looking if you're a raw lifter and your tricep strong, okay? That's going to be your grip right there. So what he's gonna do when he lays down, before I have him touch the bar, he's gonna squeeze his back together. And I always tell my people that I want you to envision a pencil being in between your shoulder blades, right? And you're squeezing that pencil together, okay? Now he's gonna engage his lats right there, okay? And he's gonna keep that squeeze the entire time, right? So he's gonna come out, he's gonna squeeze the bar, thumb around, okay? As a spotter, you always wanna bring your person to exactly where their spot is, okay? And that spot's gonna be right below the nipple, right? So he's gonna go ahead and come down, keeping that chest tight. He's touching that spot, and then he's gonna go ahead and push his heels to the ground as soon as he touches his chest, and he's gonna go up. He's gonna push up, okay? So he's gonna go ahead, give me about 5 reps of that, okay? Notice how his fist is like he's punching the ceiling, okay? His wrist isn't bent back. And every time he touches his chest, he's engaging his glutes, his hamstrings, and he's keeping his back engaged. Okay. And then one thing that we always do, or that I always do, like I kick myself up because I'm too fat to sit up myself. Now, again, everybody's different when it comes to this lift on their setup, but those are the main things. You're going to want to make sure that your back is engaged, make sure that you have a strong wrist and that you're punching the ceiling, okay? You don't want to have your wrist back, because what you're going to end up doing is putting strain on your forearm, and you can't really engage your tricep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's another cue that we always give when you touch your chest. I want you to think about either bending the bar, okay? And that's why we always have our thumb around the bar, is you're able to act as if you're trying to bend the bar or spread it, okay? And what that's doing is you are engaging that tricep, okay? From here, from chest to halfway up is your chest and your back. From here up is tricep, okay? So strong triceps for a strong bench press, big back, strong back to be able to stabilize and hold that weight, right? Yeah. And then a strong chest to get it off, right? Get it off of your chest, get it transitioned into those triceps and push out. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to go over is squat. Now, how I always coach squat or teach squat is I like to sit back. That's how I was taught. That is for, I would say, mostly equipped lifters, but I've found a lot of success with raw lifters also, because it's creating that base, it's creating strong glutes and strong hamstrings when we sit back to a box. We do like to box squat here at 740 barbell. Again, that's how I was brought up. And again, that's how a lot of world record holders have came up. So I stick to what works, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and have Dav go ahead and raise this for you. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and have Dav set up. Now, I do have him set up in a sumo stance, right? Now, as he pops up, okay, I'm going to have him sit back to where he's pushing his butt back and all of his hamstring, yep, there we go, is activated. Now, as he's right here, as you see, his knee is dang near, if not almost all the way in straight in line with his shin, okay? Now, what that's doing is that's lengthening his hamstring, okay, to where when he goes to stand up, he has to use more hamstring and glutes. Go ahead and stand up. Good. Now, when he did that, he's pushing his knees out the entire way too. So as he comes down, we're going to cue knees out. Knees out, 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 out. Good. Stand up. Push knees out again, right? So go ahead and give me about 3 of those. His knees are out, knees out. Back up. His chest is up. His head's looking up, okay? Your head is going to go, your body is going to go where your face is looking, right? Where your eyes are going. Give me about 1 more. Good. Good. So again, we coach sumo. I like sumo. Again, sumo is for a lot of equipped lifters, but I have seen a lot of success with raw lifters also taking that stance, pushing those knees out. Another cue that I had forgot to mention was every time that we're going for a heavy lift, he's taking a big deep breath in and he's pushing it against that belt that he has, right?
Yep.
He's taking a big breath and flexing his core, stiffening his core, and pushing it against that belt to give him more stability. And then obviously keeping that breath the entire way through the lift. I feel when you are exhaling through a lift, you're losing stability in your core,
Yep.
and that's giving you unstableness in that lift.
And another thing I want to throw on is what I realized too. When I first started, I had a narrower base, and I started seeing like you and Jonas and Sam. You guys always had a wider base.
Yep.
And then when I got that wider base, I spread my legs out farther. I was able to stabilize.
Yep.
And also use my heels to push back up in. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
When I had that narrow base, it was like you're almost trying to go on your tippy toes and get up, and now you messed up your form. You bent over.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you go with the narrower stance, you run the risk. Oh, there you go. So when you have a narrower stance, you run the risk of going knees over toes. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that knees over toes is a bad thing.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people be successful with knees over toes. There's a guy that goes around and he specifically talks about knees over toes. But again, personally, there you go. But again, personally, what I've ran into or what I've witnessed, what I've done, what we've done is we've gone out wider. We do have one cat in here, Andrew, who likes to go narrow on some lifts.
Yeah.
Sumo will always help your conventional. Conventional does not help your sumo. Okay. And that's one big thing is whenever he does want to go conventional, he always ends up hitting a PR because of how often we always do sumo, right? Another cue again, that I forgot to mention was we're gripping the floor with our toes, right? And there's so much that goes into these lifts. It's very hard to cover everything, without forgetting a couple things, right? But again, these compound lifts, it's these little tiny things, gripping the floor, forcing the knees out, imagining that you have a roll of paper towels. This is how it was always explained to me. It was taking a roll of paper towels out and you're stepping on them, right? And you're thinking in your head that you're trying to split those paper towels with your feet. And when you do that, you're pushing your knees out and you're activating that. That's bringing your hips forward, okay? So hips forward, hips up. That's what's going to get your squat up. Last and definitely least, because I hate this lift. So does everybody else. The deadlift. Except for Andrew. Our boy Andrew loves this lift. So the deadlift, man, this is always the last lift when it comes to your meet. A lot of people have the the mentality of this is the last lift that you have until you get to eat. Before you get eat. But this is one of the ones that you can get hurt at the most, especially in training, right? So you definitely want to make sure that you're doing this one correctly, even when it's hard, right? Pause. So, so hopefully you can see from our angle here. I have Dav. We go sumo again. Sumo will build your conventional. Conventional does not build your sumo, right? So we've got him sumo. His ankles are pretty close to the power lines, okay, or to the power rings, right? What he's going to do is he's going to go straight down, okay, and he's got a double overhand grip. And when he brings that bar back to his shins, he's going to drop his butt down, chest up, perfect. And now he's going to drag it up his shins and hips forward, good, right there, perfect, right? The biggest thing on this is keeping those shins in touch with the bar. Okay, you can go ahead and go down. Okay, and you see he came down just like he went back up. Okay, just like he went up, he came down with it, keeping that bar in line with his legs, touching his legs, touching his shins. Okay, that's going to be your safest way of doing that. So you see, if you can, his toes are pointed out a little bit right there. Okay. Again, we like sumo. It's a shorter distance. A lot of people are going to call it cheating online, and those are the people that aren't doing as much weight.
Yeah. Suck ass
So,
lifters.
no, but I'm gonna have Dov give me a couple more demonstrations of this one. See, he's bringing it straight up to his shins. All is in line. It's not his butt coming up first and then his back coming back, right? His hips forward. Everything is coming in at once. Go ahead, give me about 2 more. Now, right now, he's got a mixed grip. So he's got his left hand under and his right hand over. Chest is up. He's looking up. That chest is forward. Big breath. He's bracing. Boom. Perfect. Perfect reps right there. Good. We had to take a quick little intermission. My main man was
in here broke a little sweat. I got to twist my hat backwards real quick. It broke a little sweat in here.
No, I'm just playing. But again, man, there's so much information that goes into those lifts.
Yeah.
I feel like I touched on 90% of them, 99% of them. I'm sure there's some things that I left out that I forgot about that we'll circle back around to, I'm sure, at a later date. But those are the main components. You know, when it comes to the bench, it's the feet activation, the feet engaging like you had, right?
Yeah.
Finding that feet placement, keeping your back tight, squeezing the bar, trying to bend the bar, trying to spread the bar, and finding the right placement on your chest. A lot of people go too high, right? That was, again, one thing that I kind of forgot. You were pushing in a straight path.
Yeah.
You know, you were pushing straight up. You weren't coming towards your shoulders. That's what a lot of people, they always have. You hear it in the shop all the time. Yeah, I come work out, but my shoulder from high school.
That's what it's from.
Yeah, it's from when people get to benching and they try to bench too heavy, and they start pushing into your shoulders.
Yeah, and I feel like in high school, that's kind of like what they told you to do is like right above your eyes.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of remember, like right here. Mm-hmm. But once you learn this system, the right way to do it, our way to do it, is you can tell it. Like when I'm lifting heavy, I could tell a difference. I know when I'm, and Jonah might be like, you lifted too high on there, and I felt it. I couldn't get it. You know what I'm saying? Or it was slower. Because instead of being right here underneath like my nipples, I'm up here and I can't, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel it in my shoulder. Yeah. Or if I go too low, like I bring it off the bar and kind of swing it down like that, go too low, like I can feel it. So when you hitting that sweet spot, it's easier, honestly. Yeah,
it goes back to the form and technique, man. Yeah. The weight is easier when you hit that right form.
Yeah.
And I'm going to touch on that. You said that's what we was kind of taught in high school. That's why their football coach, this is what Louis always told me, that's why they're football coaches and not weightlifting coaches.
Yeah.
You know, when I first went in there and I took them our football workout, we'd matter in hell. Why haven't you done this? That's fucking stupid. That's fucking stupid. That's stupid. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that?
Yeah.
And this is why they're fucking football coaches, not weightlifting coaches. So if you are a serious athlete wanting to take it to the next level,
top tier,
okay, find a weightlifting coach. If you're around here, please reach out to me. I give all kids advice free of charge. I give all kids come in, train with us free of charge, man, because it starts with the young.
Yeah.
You know, because getting that right form and technique is going to get you the right numbers, get you the right growth, and going to keep you healthy.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's some kids in here pushing weight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then when it came to the squat, we had him sitting back. He was engaging his hamstrings, lengthening the hamstring, right, instead of shortening it up. When he would sit straight down, or when you sit straight down, you're shortening that hamstring. When you sit back, you're lengthening the hamstring, engaging the glute, right? He was bringing those toes, gripping the floor with his toes, pushing the knees out. And what a lot of people don't know, a lot of people forget, when it comes to athletes, I like to tie it back into athletes. The sumo squat and sumo deadlift, especially when it comes to speed, think about it like this. That's going to greatly improve their lateral movement.
Yeah.
And people will say that they disagree with that. But think about and look at every single stance that you have in, let's just say, football.
Yeah.
Or even in basketball. You know,
Yeah,
when
you
they're
got a
defender,
wider,
when
you
they're
got a
defender,
wider
are they standing there close? You know,
Yeah.
no, they're wide. They're out here. They're
Yeah.
able to push hard, push
Yeah.
left, hard, right,
Yeah.
right. Same thing with football. You know, their linebackers, they're right here. Okay, you know, it's going to make you laterally faster and stronger. That's a promise, right? And then when it comes to the deadlift, keeping that bar close to your legs.
Yep.
Keeping it close. Keep it in, and you were doing it perfect. That head was up, chest was up, right? Butt was down. It was all one singular movement.
Yeah.
So, perfect on all those. It seems like you've been around a good gym
lately.
I did want to shout out all the bars that we use. Man. We use the Texas the Texas bench bar when we bench.
Yeah.
That really, I mean, I think the most I've had on there is 735.
Yeah.
And there's little to no bend.
Yeah, we're bending them low bars.
Oh man, we had we had a Rogue Power Bar, an Ohio Power Bar in here, and it's a great bar for certain lifts, but it was bending when we was getting in the high sixes on bench. And then when it comes to squat, we have a Texas Monster squat bar. We actually loaded up 980 on there for a lifter that we had in here a long time ago.
Yeah.
980 on that bar.
Was that your boy Wes?
No flex, yeah. No flex in that bar. Great power bar, or great squat bar, man. Texas Power Bars makes some outstanding equipment. And then thankfully we've been blessed to have a Kabuki PR bar for our deadlift bar. So in my opinion, best deadlift bar out there, man.
Top of the line.
Yeah, Texas Power Bars, they make a great deadlift bar. I've used a couple of their deadlift bars in some competitions, but that Kabuki PR bar, man, is next level. So shout out to Texas, shout out to Kabuki, and I appreciate y'all for taking the time, putting the quality on your guys' stuff. It's definitely withstood the test of weight.
Yeah.
Test of weight. So, but yeah, man. Just real quick, how do you feel? When you was in high school, like you said, and just kind of going in there, and kids just kind of going in there, and coaches just telling you to bench press, and maybe giving you a little bit of guidance. How do you feel like that's going to impact? You got your son in here.
Yeah.
How do you feel like that's going to impact him personally, with his form and technique? Hopefully he carries that into the. I mean, I know he will carry it into the weight room, but hopefully it gravitates to the others.
Yeah, like I said, from what I learned, which was 15 years ago, that's my senior year, so about 19 years ago from freshman year.
Right.
It's just a whole different world, you know what I'm saying? And I just want him to have a good structure and foundation, so he's able to, go into the gym at school and put them numbers up. You know what I'm saying? And like really get something out of the lift, not hurt himself, not tear nothing, not, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to think how many kids, and we've seen it this year with our football team, with my son's football team, how many kids like cramping up, tears first 4 or 5 games, you know what I'm saying? Because it was something in the weight room that they weren't doing right, you know what I'm saying? So.
Yep. And one thing, I mean, this is more of an accessory thing, but it's one thing that I really think people should know is sled pulls, okay? Especially, again, young athletes, man. When you're pulling a sled, okay, if your coach is telling you to run with it, do what your coach says. Always do what your coach says unless you feel like it is going to put you in harm's way, right? But if the workout says to run with the sled, go ahead and run with the sled. But ask if you can do something extra after. What I'm going to tell you to do is walk with it. Walk with the sled. I have these guys walk with the sled. It is a complete difference in the power output that you're giving in that workout and that exercise, right? Compared to running. And this is the best way to describe it for kids. is when they're running with that sled, there's more momentum, right?
Mhm.
If they were to stop running immediately, that sled's still going to go a foot or so, right?
Yeah.
So what was really pulling that sled,
Yeah.
right? Whereas if you're walking with that sled, right, each step that is the power behind, is the force behind that sled moving.
Yeah.
If you don't take another step, it's not moving,
Yeah.
right? So you're getting the most out of that workout. If you want to build speed, you want to build up squat, you want to build up your deadlift, you want to build up your GPP, your general physical preparedness, right? Walk with the sled. Walk with the sled. That is going to be one of your biggest speed components.
That sled's the truth.
Yeah, man. Hamstrings is like 80% of your running.
Yeah.
The stronger the hamstring you have, the faster you can get. And then lastly, box jumps. When I was training Harding in River Valley, Lou said 80 box jumps a week for his athletes would create explosive power, would create speed, that fast twitch muscle. Get 80 jumps in a week, whether it's horizontal, whether it's up on a box, or whether it's vertical, like a long jump. Get 80 jumps in a week.
Get them jumps in.
Yeah, get them jumps in. It's definitely gonna increase your speed and increase your explosiveness. So, anything else you want to talk about this episode, man?
No, we covered a lot. We gave y'all a lot of information, man.
Yeah.
So we'll have a Patreon up for y'all next episode.
Yeah, man.
we dropping that info.
Yeah. Again, please, man, if you have any questions, if you feel like I left something out that you have a question about, please feel free to reach out.
Yeah.
And I will answer your questions to the best of my knowledge, to the best of my ability. And again, same thing with Dob, man. He's been in here creeping up on a year.
Yeah.
And I trust everything that he would tell somebody. He's definitely been a student of everything that goes on in here, man. So reach out to either one of us.
Yeah.
Tell us or comment, whatever it is. Love to help y'all, man.
Yeah.
Be looking out for the website.
Yeah.
Looking out for that
740barbell.com.
Yeah. Be looking out for that merch, man. Appreciate y'all watching. I'll catch you next week.
Yeah.
Of course, the courage in these veins, people passing the limits. A bunch of beasts broke off the chain. From the Fosium growing and reaching up to pass out